So you just speak to the committee no more. How much of that is in terms of the women? How much no longer youth, children and family affairs? I think just last week we celebrated the International Year of Children, is it?
Yes.
Weeks ago. Yesterday in blood toilet, yeah?
Yes.
I think we still have the highest rate of open defecation along
country.
Origin.
I think the region, yes, something like that. Yes. I read it somewhere that we are the highest.
Correct.
Meaning that you mean still one of the highest country that you mean give him open no more or something here. Open space no more, Golomanguru everywhere no more. So it's a very, very important call that has been made to us this week. Yes. It was only yesterday, I think.
Yes.
Yesterday. Coming back to your bid here, you still have the same level from last year? And I don't know, with that same level, equally applied to all the various divisions in terms of recurrent and development, or others are getting much higher than the other? You will explain that. Just speak to us about, in numbers no more, yeah? No, make him too much presentation. Tell him no more numbers no more. Or is it because you failed to bid? So I think I'm enough for you, no more this one. Something else. Let us know. In terms of the mix and the ratio as it relates to each other, last year we have been encouraging the Ministry of Finance that there needs to be some kind of a guideline along the envelope mix between recurrent and development. And this year it's the first time we have seen, that kind of a guideline put in the fiscal strategy. Where's the document? Someone take him away. I think it's here. Yes. So I think it's around 80% recurrent, 20%. So it would be interesting to find out from you whether or not in the process of preparing your bids, you were guided by that kind of a basic guideline. Yeah? And what does it mean? Tell us too, whether it makes sense, Yuvala, that you walk along, that kind of guideline to be able to put up the bid and the size of the bid in terms of the recurrent and the development, yeah? And you as a manager, what now you think about, that kind of a guideline? Help you to give you a little bit of space, because every year seems to be, there's a limited space on the development space here, MOSM, yeah? Because the ideal situation has always been that, whatever that you generate out of the recurrent, good surplus out of the recurrent will go over to the development budget. So recurrent will be generating that surplus, yeah, to finance the development. That's the kind of a concept that you got him. But as you know that, over some years now, some 4 or 5 years, I think, we have been, the budget outcome has never come out, accurately too. Yeah. So the Auditor General is finding it so difficult to be able to give that kind of information to the Public Accounts Committee, whether or not, what's the quality of the budget outcome in terms of measuring measurement along side or surplus, balance, or deficit budget. Yeah? It seems that 3 years in a row, where Valsamvale around, possibly a member for Small Malaita will tell us. I think it's still around the deficit, yeah, in the red all over number, yeah? 4 or 5 years, looking back. So this year I'm start no more, but I'm deficit too, yeah? So yeah, that's the kind of a situation that, this kind of a guideline would be very good to be able to set the thinking around managers of departments, to be able to bid for resources. So your mix would be around 75, 25. 25% law development. That's how it is presented law here. 75 law recurrent. Yeah, it is not bad. Yeah, you're pushing back a bit law recurrent, and then you're doing well law development. So that seems to be the same picture too, law current year, revised estimate. So good work. It shows that, the lesser on the recurrent and more on the development, it shows efficiency in your operation. Yeah, and efficiency give rise to surplus, extra resources to build up on development assets, MSM. So that's on that. So this year you are still keeping the same. Perhaps in your presentation you can tell us, once the divide law or the divisions here, MSM, women, youth, and longo children and family affairs, MSM. So that's maybe in your presentation we can start off with that first time, PS. Yes. And then all other formalities where you write them stuff, yeah. But you say give him go normal long secretary or by me but let's just speak on that no more, and then by everyone here behind me. To all member blow me arrive come leader blow position, but immediately no more long right side blow me, and then the feather light right side blow me and me and before West Korea. So welcome PS and your team. Feel free, please get engaged with the Public Accounts Committee now, initially on those points first time. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Gordon Dassi, Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, and your powerful committee members. On behalf of the Ministry of Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs, I would like to thank you for inviting the Ministry to come for this hearing on 2026 Appropriation Bill 2025. As you know about Ministry of Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs, and one for a new ministry that was plucked out from Ministry of Home Affairs. And always allocated them a smallest budget. And with a workforce of 47, but now currently we have 37 on board and 10 are still vacant, which we are intending quickly to start recruiting as of this end of this year, going early next year. Despite the fact that we were informed by the MOFT and Ministry of Planning and Development Coordination to work within our baseline in the year 2026 estimates, we are experiencing an increase. In the past, through PAC and approved increase, supposing that haven't go through law, PAC and go law Parliament to be approved. But we will sit down on 19,434,492. That is with the recurrent budget of 14,709,492 and development budget of 4,725,000, which gives a total of 19,434 and 492. Apology, Chairman. Before I continue, I'd like for introducing first time powerful team Blomi.
Sure.
On my left feather is our DS, Aaron Peter Guy. And on my left here, powerful FC, Duffy Ako.
Sure.
And on my right, yes, yeah. And on my right is powerful youth director, Andre Tipoki.
Yes.
My further right is powerful director for children, Loretta Taake. And further is my family affairs director, Jackson Tassa. Apology for two of my directors, women development director, she's on currently for doing counseling guideline framework, Blomalaita and Makira. And my director for research and policy unit, She's currently in Australia doing her course law research. She will be back soon. So these are my team. And yeah, going back to the budget, for the first time, we've seen around nearly 20 million. This is because of the fact that my team had made several cabinet papers. First one is we did cabinet paper for Family Affairs Division, particularly asking our government to provide funding purposely to do awareness and educational program throughout the country to reduce violence against women and girls, and simultaneously violence against children and all forms of abuses. We were happy that we were given 1 million instead of 3 million we asked for. And now we are collaborating with churches to be able to try and reduce the high incidence of violence against women and girls and children in the country. So in the recurrent budget, Mifala Karim, we were given last year and this year of 1 million, but you can see that it's reduced because we are using it in women as well as in youth and children. Another
Do you have an idea? Are you able to track the investments and whether they're having a direct impact in the reduction in violence, gender-based violence or domestic violence?
Thank you, Honorable Mwale. We are now doing a study survey. This will be supported by OSAID, DFAT, and my ministry, including the Ministry of National Statistics Division. We are doing our research to find out the current status of violence against women and girls. The previous study was done in the year 2009, Health and Family Survey. That was the old figure we are using up until now.
So this is such an important issue because it's a real scourge in our society that you should have, I don't know, maybe a 2-year study or yeah, something very regular. You may not leave him 2009, the next one, but you do him next year.
I think the family protection, I'm recommending 3 years here.
Thank you very much, Honorable Wale. Now that we have the legislation, Family Protection Act and Child and Family Welfare Act, people are now beginning to realize that there is a law to protect, and women and girls are coming up front to report, whereas in the previous years, we had to stop normal and bear them that consequences that happen to them. So it could be a good indicator that the law is working and biting, and they're coming forward.
But in terms of your budget, I suppose my concern is there should be a standing provision, and that provision is on knowing what's happening with this. It's going up, tapering off, going down, investments for government, MECM and churches and so forth, which are the most effective.
Yes.
Time you invest, something will come down, so we know where to keep investing. No, you mean totorum selling or something, we have no impact no more.
Thank you, Honorable. So
you mean in terms of the recurrent provision? Yeah, so you have an annual recurrent provision that you invest into it and see how now the strategy that you are applying, whether or not the educational awareness or the people that you may station in law are monitoring, or are they reporting to the points where they're supposed to be reporting to us?
understood, Honorable Chairman and Honorable Mechuwale. Similarly, we have done a survey with children division. We have asked UNICEF to fund the economist to come and do a study on the economic laws on violence against. And
why not UNICEF? Why not UNICEF? You know, PH, can I hold you a little bit low there? Why not by UNICEF? You know what UNICEF? No, the body would begin here. You mean the Solomon?
No, thank you, Honorable.
We should push for more resources in the monitoring in that way. And then convincing Motorman Law Central Budget team to understand him now that part here. If you look around here, more resources coming from more donors than government. Where I'm going inside, if you look at the total envelope here and then finding where another funding.
Correct. But government is also funding, and also UNICEF and providing consultant economists to come and do survey, study of Solomon Islands, and now we will be using that result. It is $1.1 billion that are lost every year from violence and abuse against more Pikinini. So that is a good figure, whether it is a medical cost, psychological cost, logistic cost, transportation cost, all these amounted to 1.1 billion that we lose from.
You got him copy report?
I got him copy.
I'll give him come.
UNICEF, yeah?
Yeah, Solomon Island government, we are doing it, and UNICEF now funding consultant to come and economists to come in. That's the kind of picture we would like to also do with women and girls.
Okay.
So defund by funding. And pretty soon we will have that report to give a good picture and to quantify how much should be given to reduce.
The other thing you should do as a matter of strategy, but not to take away from the importance of it, but you get your data together.
Yes.
On all the stuff that you see in the various reports and studies, and even perhaps anecdotal evidence, and you call them over the PS of Finance and the secretary, deputy secretaries,
Yes.
director of budget, Otman Wawak and budget, then you show me everything all get them.
Yes.
They need to be sensitized. They need to see this as the real problem that it really is. It just seems like Ministry of Women is, oh, go, no anything now. Yeah, okay, give them go a little bit look at them. They're treating you like an afterthought when you should not be an afterthought. This is such a problem in our society that if we don't address it, it's a cancer. But man for allocate here, no looking was a big problem.
Yes.
We can do away with a few airports, a few bridges, but this matter we can't keep postponing.
Thank you.
So you need to get your act together, and then time budget cycle and go strategic end of it. You need to then what issue also investments also by affect them also. You get them to think about it a little bit more.
Thank you, Honorable. We will
Because
definitely
the level of
go that path. Yes.
In rating, issues like disintegration, disconnect in settler society. This is the real measure of it. I mean, the cost that
Yes.
this kind of a violence, for instance, on children, can create in the society. It's not preparing a better ground for you to take off here.
No.
As we are just about to invest huge amount of money on something, but the society, it's a broken society that you are trying to push to take up. So we need to tell them that the real social contract inside the country can only be resolved if we get our fundamentals right. And the fundament is that the children, where you may sit down ought to be given a better position for order to accept him. The kind of dynamics that involve the development law of the country. So I think you mean about tackling issue of children.
Yes.
Get that report in, and then maybe in future consultation on them budget, you go sit down him slide there, then you say read him this one if you got to know this. Before you make any decision, ceiling where you put him Kambla Mivala, you throw him ceiling out. You look him this one if it's time. You see this one and then you feel what's the kind of society that we are trying to build whatever potentials that you may like MLM. It's not going to work if we don't fix this one. Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay, you jump on another one, women.
Thank you. That is in the pipeline.
Okay,
In
but
fact,
it's still the same message, isn't it?
Same
Survey is needed.
Yes, survey is needed.
Okay.
So
So
another,
you tell us whether or not when you bid the survey for this to get a better understanding of the data, did they respond to you or no more?
yes, we made a request, but
But we will have support
the
from a
report
donor
came
somewhere?
quite late recently, so we did not, did any consultation in terms of flagging out the result in PowerPoint presentation and also in a cabinet paper to ask for more bid to these children.
So who are the donors that are going to come in? I mean, which donors now have expressed their willingness to come and do that survey or to finance it? You say Australia and UNICEF.
Already in children, it's the UNICEF and Ministry.
No, I've actually
But in
taken you to
women-
women, not this time.
That's defined.
Defined.
And Statistics Office in Ministry of Finance as well as Ministry of Women, Youth, Children.
So I saw in your development budget here,
Correct.
the non-appropriation.
Correct?
You can actually see it in the non-appropriation column below there. Advancing gender equality in Solomons, Australia, some 13 million, almost 14 million
Correct.
dollars next year. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I do.
Are you aware of this provision?
Yes.
That,
Okay. I see.
is FC.
Yes, that one I'm under the fact, but I'm shared there. I
Shared with?
share with other ministries like education and other ones. So under law, 13 million, I think a little bit part number come in fact more than 1 or 2 million or so support. Yeah.
Will probably be guided by the FB floating budget mission analysis that report is going to be presented, I think, today, is it, or tomorrow? Today or tomorrow. We'll be guided by that, and then we'll pick up from that thematic analysis work that is being done by the floating budget mission, yeah? And we'll find out from there. Do we have a report on that, Secretary? No more? By tomorrow or today? Huh? Tomorrow, but by him finish tomorrow at this time. Why are we delaying it to tomorrow?
A little bit number come.
Okay. They have presented the initial findings below, and I think it's real neglect law. I'm point to government investment in low-side gender and bar of negligence right now. So insignificant. So figures that have been shown. So do you know exactly what share of this, what's your portion share of this?
We were not exactly told on how much we should be taking from that piece of that cake, but
So this cake is only being given to you by OZ? It's not something that you discussed with them and then they came up with this number here?
eventually we will be discussing
Eventually you will be discussing.
in accordance to our work plan and program.
So that's why I'm still long on non-appropriation, because you haven't concluded discussion on it.
Yes.
But you don't have any fair idea as to how much, what's the range that it will be?
No, but we were
Will it come out
told that quite a good amount will be also factored into us, particularly to do that study, and then other help as well as in our program to reduce violence against women and girls. Further to that, Chair, our cabinet paper last year was made for requesting 2.5 million, particularly to help all the women's activity. At the moment, you may got a new Christian Care Center in Malaita. Previously, it was Christian Care Center here in Oma, and with Family Support Center and National Council of Women. That's the kind of subvention funding we used to get to help them, because they are implementing the legislation as well as our policies for the government. So we will give him fund. But now that, Malaita...
Can you pull the mic low?
Now that...
Yeah, a very important point now you're raising.
Now the Christian Care Center of Malaita has come, particularly to provide essential service to the victims. We are asking for 2.5 million, but we were given only 500,000. We understand that our country is, struggling in terms of revenue collection. So we have 0.5 million given, that is to help this Fofala institution that is providing support to us. Apart from our normal budget, that is to do other activities within the ministry and also throughout the provincial provinces. The other
Here, lo Honiara and Guadalcanal, and one lo Malaysia this time.
yes,
No anyone law west?
Yeah, man.
no anyone in the West.
Okay.
Currently in West, I think of the United Church and other churches that are harboring the victims. But we are, in fact, according to our Family Protection Act, when we reviewed, one of the 43 recommendations that was made is for us to build care centers throughout the provinces. That budget should come under Ministry of Justice and Legal Affairs. Cabinet paper was made by our Ministry and Legal Affairs, but we had not had any funding, but we will push for that.
So what year was that approved, law cabinet?
That was the 2023.
Hey, so cabinet approved, then no allocate him budget, no allocate.
Correct.
So we want to make a recommendation or two in support of you and urge government for amended budget to give you a little bit more money.
It would be nice, suppose.
So you need to give us a little bit more precise data on funding for supporting Mogata care centers here in the interim, and what else you see as really strategic in where funded for next year.
Yeah. Well, in fact, Honorable, we have asked for 20 million within the time frame of 4 years, thinking that we would be building 2 or 3 every year. Or so until we build every centers throughout the country.
You have capacity to be able to, if they allocated you that kind of money,
the allocation should come under the Ministry of Justice and Legal Affairs, so that we can work with MID and finance to actually.
Also, we're not making bid for that one.
We will not make a bid, but we want to put it under Justice and Legal Affairs.
How do you do that?
Why?
Just because Act Blamifulatu Okata now, apart from us as the custodian, they are also helping us to implement.
But on infrastructure, it can be you.
Sure.
They can handle the
way,
issues
yes.
of legislation and policy and guidance.
The budget
to
comes to you, you have to manage.
So you need the infrastructure.
Correct.
Yes, please, Small Malaysia.
No, this will matter where we will discuss, current discourse. I'm looking at your
Non-appropriated?
no staffing ministry, and there's a number of
You wake up.
positions where what are allocated to provinces. I'm assuming everyone here what's the headquarters no more.
Correct.
So, looking any idea also like looking ahead for people like stop along over the provinces?
Thank you, Honorable Ricky Ho. We are anticipating in the near future to second our staff to the province. Currently, every desk officers for women, youth, children are housed here in Honiara, the Ministry of Women and Youth and Children. But in coming future, we will be asking for establishment in the Ministry of Public Service.
So how is their functions like in terms of at the provincial level? How no we work? Or how are they administered, or how no functions lo there?
Okay, thank you, Honorable Ricky Ho. In our provinces, they do have their own women, youth, children officers. But sometimes this one officer, they wear 3 hats. So we collaborate with them and we provide also funding to them. We support them. Our staff here, who is responsible for Malaita or Isabel, they travel down to the provinces and together with the desk, the officer of the province, they implement our work plan. But it's a good option to actually.
So you don't have a dedicated officer station
In the province, no.
And in terms of infrastructure, you just talking about what do you call them, the care center? Or,
yes.
Apart from that, what other forms of infrastructure blood department below you?
Thank you very much.
I assume that the centers here are probably run by church groups or also or ministry no run it?
Thank you. Apart from this women care center, we are intending to build in coming future. We have already started building youth and children centers in the provinces. West Baham build, I'm finished now, and pretty soon, early next year, February, ministry as well as MID and provincial government institutional strength and PCDF members will be going there to open, because part of the money comes from the ministry, 3 million, and 2 million came from the PCDF funding. Malaita or Katagarem now, they have purchased existing building, 2-story. Part of the money Bogota extended.
Okay.
So this, Chair, one way me like Savannah is what centers here, or care centers here, who not run them? And then what these other ones you're talking about, who not by run them?
Care centers below you, the youth center will be run by Provincial Youth Council. We will establish and finish every province. We have re-established the Provincial Youth Council. That is why the youth development budget here, I've asked for 1.5 million, particularly for a National Youth Council and Provincial Youth Council. And we were given $400,000.
So when you label them as council, where do they source their registration from? Why, or how now you ended up calling them council? Just because, how are they promulgated?
According to the Parliament White Paper, the National Youth Council is formulated, and according to the structure, it has to be in the provincial youth councils, and down to wards youth councils.
So are they a devolved function, by virtue of that national or white paper here?
Yes, National Youth Congress is the mother youth umbrella body that coordinates all the program to provincial youth councils and wards youth councils.
So do they get remunerated? Do they receive emoluments long or?
Currently not, but within our budget here, but if a little bit help him, that 400,000 we'll be getting, we are thinking to support the provincial youth. The little amount.
I think that's one recommendation we are going to ask you to do. You try put him come now emoluments below the provincial youth councils here, right throughout. Starting off, you've got to flush him out now for the 3 major provinces here, Malaita, Gorakanal and West, and then get it down to lower small ones, so that and this is where it is important for you to go and sit down on them more and run through some of this data on them with budget people here.
Yes.
I must. And then the other thing that I think you need to really, just a bullet one, no more this time, you don't need for story long lohem. What are they going to do in those centers here? I must say, because some of our centers when we look him go end up garem now what the market windows here around lower precinct blower. Me look him logijo same yeah.
According to
my time, me help for building jail women with your center over there. Me look go, but umbrella him lo front gate too, or market here. Yeah, so you may avoid him order and then try tell him order for go market area now. No system of course of lo gate here. And the same has to go to every other provinces as well too. But I think it's important for you, for Talem Kamlo Mifaluma, this is the kind of activities they're going to do. Make him, avoid him now, or the people go hang around all over the places here.
Thank you.
And give the functionalities that him given to this, that particular devolved functions, yeah, respect to it, I must say, yeah.
Thank you, Honorable.
So you mean, come a little bit low women, you jump gomal or youth, women, children, family affairs. I think we've pretty much covered everything, yeah. For you next year, what more you like to tell him?
Okay, transfer him up in our title.
Okay, funding go finish and they purchased existing building.
But me him title no transfer?
No, mate.
I think yes.
No, mate?
No, mate. Think what? Yeah.
By transfer?
They're working on it to be transferred.
But no problem, him no transfer. Usually, you sign him transfer document, sell and go. Cancel and go first time, and no sign him transfer document, by me all right?
We will work on this. We will. Thank you, Honorable. And one thing that you will note that this year we have under the estimates of development budget, we have 4.725. In the previous years, we normally have 3 million. But now we are building a National Youth Center, Honiara, the mother building structure for all the youths.
No, that's going to come, PS. We are going to support it. But the point where leader and Talem, you stop him first time, pay rental, transfer him title first time.
Okay.
That is the law. Otherwise, by you start him go practice here, him go. Somehow, what I say, you out a little bit low there, by mess here. You know, just issue of rental number, go commissioner him, investigated low him. So just be careful of that one. Leader of independence has got a point to.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah. No, me just like for, especially the youths, when you meet Tatsimota youths centers, yeah, me just like first, thank you, PS and team. Thank you very much for the ministry that continue for supporting water youths throughout the provinces, especially building youth centers. Also, so me happy with that one. Me just like for Chair, also you little bit hinting me. I think it's need to government need to look strong for supporting youth. Yeah, I mean, it seems that very less budget to support youth industry in our country. Because I think we must know that youth are very important. Yeah, time bomb me also me always tell them. We need to work on them, supporting water. And also when we deal with these youth centers, I think try to organize programs that will help our youths. Yeah, I mean, that one me a little bit looking a little bit must happen to us. But I think it's good to focus more on like I think it's a little bit budget blow youth, and then focus more on certain trainings for the youths of provinces. I think that is very important, that they could involve more lots of activities. I think this is one thing that me looking that we need to work along ministry for work along. But otherwise, me happy for looking that one PS. I think that's one where we should move on to here for look law, help them what the youths blame me as you miss population youth is time bar or rise up for good here. And I think we need to do something to help them. That's why we looking to over people to Honiara youths. I think if we organize something like provinces programs, yeah. Even they involve into some other smaller SMEs, some business activities, or if ministry is supporting. I think this is how if we should go down. I mean, go down for supporting what youths rather than just doing some for like trainings no more and or some meetings where to come and meet no more. I know I've heard about the ward youth councils. Yeah, him happen. Him very good. Me little bit help go to some for Blomelo constituency come down lo auki for conferences,
Thank you.
meeting, blah, blah. So that's why me like looking more that me involved more for put him in something where me help him more what now,
right.
involved now, for doing, for especially supporting whatsoever. I think that's the main thing. So Chair, I think me really happy with that one, and me just like him no more if budget enough for much little bit.
Yeah.
So see me just supporting what no lot of kind meetings and no anything activities or doing. I'm just no use no PS. So I think we need to put some more money to help them. So
Yes, I just have one suggestion for next year. You have a thing around them. When you have done that data on violence, levels of violence, and also, your sector, we need to have a really big gathering of expertise and also stakeholders.
Yes.
Lohia Lohonia, we bring people in from provinces and cost him out. And then maybe in the supplementary, we will support you to put some money for it. And then you, me, everyone come. Mival must come too. Let's all hear what is happening, what is not happening, and what ought to be happening so that the issues were raised. Chairman and Ismailita raise him, you me try and address him. Make him government, and me look him. Me will help him government too for look him. You are tackling a huge sector with significant, huge issues, and you're not being resourced to do it. So before you're resourced, everybody needs to come to the same level of playing field of both appreciating the significance of the sector and seriousness, the gravity of the issues the sector is facing. Because at the moment, neglect no is one word that describes the kind of attitude a government give him. It's very neglectful, afterthought kind of approach. But let's not hold it against them. Let's help them to open their minds to the significance of the issues in this very big sector. Big sector, we're talking about the entire society and social fabric. The society, let's come together, make everybody come to the same appreciation of this. These Ogata issues were involved. Maybe that's something you could talk to the donors about, UNICEF and DFAT. You know, last time, I think, for the government, did they hold an economic summit?
We did.
Too.
Yeah. We did.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but this one make him as inclusive as possible. So we're all coming together, and, some provocative presentations are done. Data, real evidence is presented so that when one deny, we can't continue in denialism. We live in denial, no more look at the issues here. That's a suggestion me like for your ministry. Wakalohem.
Thank you, Honorable Wale, for that.
And that is a very
Words
good
of
suggestion because, in the end, the design of nearly everything, every projects inside the country, it will have that test to it too, the youth element to it, all other gender-related issues put to it, in the way that you may design him now, the programs here, either on infrastructure or economic investments and so forth. So I think that is a good idea, yeah. And like for this year with the non-appropriated provisions law there, yeah, much of that is all about collecting data too, yeah.
Yes.
So we can rely on some of this work, feed that information into such a platform, a forum, yeah. So that would be good. Make this preparation, but then this data need to be presented right at Longo country first time. Not for the Karemgo, for other engagement elsewhere, but Loimi first time. Yeah? So socialize it within the country first time at the national level. Yeah? We all make sense out of it. And I always like the approach that Singapore is doing here. Building social contract through very strong evidence-based work like this. And then that whole commitment of building up that social contract, yeah. And we work out that better understanding right down at all levels, go even up to the national level too. So anything that they talk about, they always reflect to another first and the foremost core understanding of what that country is all about. And the uniqueness of how they build up their social contract. So that's how Singapore do it. A country that is born out of, a very, very rich and multicultural kind of dynamics, what every people from everywhere, so what original Malay, what become marginalized, but they never talk about that marginality in child law, society law, because it's a new frame of social cohesion constructed. And part of the sovereign building block country now, built into the conversation of state institutions too. So that is a very good suggestion here, leader. Thank you. No, I think our engagement blew you last night up till 12 o'clock. Okay, we better walk out very Muslim. And then leader too, thank you for coming up with the description of what we should do, Muslim. PS, me felt by encouraging me for you want to say one little time because me press one time no more. So
thank you very much for the wisdom from Wale and you, Chairman, Honorable Wale, and on socializing the data as an evidence base to convince everybody at one platform. Bear in mind that the study will continue next year, and it will take around 1 year. We want to get that data from women and combining with youth.
Sure.
And then we will socialize it to everybody in order to buy as an evidence base more funding to the ministry.
And next time you come, take come stuck a woman.
Hey.
Last time,
I mean, for every man, no one for woman.
Yeah.
last time we take him stuck a woman come, but me fala come more.
Okay.
Before we close, please can I ask any of us to make comment before? Is any comment from you? No. Okay. FC, particularly on.
But I want to hear from FC.
Yes, FC.
How they have been treating you when you do your bid. You go no more or say no more now?
Baseline,
Huh?
Baseline no more.
This is the problem with baseline. Baseline is not a solution to situation this time. By the time we will go, we will raise it with them. This whole idea of baseline, it's a situation where him come out of desperation. That was Uri enterprising, which is you hold a little bit normal of this one, and then by me look him. Lomaro imikolem tingana paki, Mosemia. Not this whole baseline. It's not a fundamentally budgetary mechanism here. It's just come out of some desperate move no more. So, and it's not a way for him cleaning budget too. So, every debris and dirty and overflows from what previous years, I'm still captured inside the baseline here. So we need to, and this kind of evidence-based kind of activities that you are doing will help arguments blow you, when you present your bid. So, okay, so that's what we found out. You move over go along Manlo youth here, but now me.
No, look at them like comment first time.
Okay, yeah, but time now me no got them for comment more. So you, youth.
Okay, youth. Family. You can comment now.
Okay. My suggestion to you is this, PS, with all that we have said, please, you come up one time, additional funding that is required for you for next year, you put it out. What Leader Blow Independent and tell them about what are the activities that, we can come up with. Then you may design them properly in the development budget more so that, I don't want you to give him now 28 million is such a huge something. This is almost about 80% of your budget here, of the current year's government's budget into the ministry. 28 million from donors. and pin him down some of these, what now we call them, donor partners of choice here. Pin them down and say, you have that first preference of choice. You handle you now. You must show some real commitment to be able to not only unlock him this resources, but give a better portion of it to you. You are a little ministry, but I would suggest that 80% of this should come to you. Other percentage here go with other ministries that have always been using resources from what donors of choice here. And then work one time UNICEF to run some of those programs next year. I think next year we will have a better discussion here. So for now, PS, on behalf of the committee, I just want to congratulate you. Keep the fire burning, yeah? You tell him no more. Holy Spirit, come, keep going no more. No more what me like him. Thank you for appearing before the committee and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.